In this question, on a spherical planet, the refractive index of the atmosphere as a function of altitude h above the surface varies according to the formula. N as a function of height from the surface is given as n naught divided by 1 plus epsilon h, where n naught and epsilon are constants. Curiously, any laser beam directed horizontally but at an arbitrary altitude follows a trajectory that circles the planet. What is the radius of that planet? So suppose this is the planet with radius r, and we have to calculate the value of r, and let us assume that at an altitude equal to h, a laser beam when projected horizontally, when lighten up horizontally, directed horizontally, it follow a circular path like this. It goes like this. So this laser beam follows a circular path around this planet, and any beam definitely will have some width also. So I am taking one point on this beam here at a altitude h, and I am taking another point at a distance h plus dh, that is I am taking a width of dh. So suppose this is a beam of width equal to dh. So this is a beam of width equal to dh, and one point I am taking here, and one point I am taking here, and this is the direction of propagation. These arrows represent the direction of propagation, and obviously perpendicular to that in the radial direction we will have wavefronts. So these are like wavefronts. So this is a wavefront, and I will analyze this wavefront after a very small time, and the wavefront will be in the radial direction, and the wavefront will be something like this. So it will be along this. So we have to concentrate on these two wavefront. One is this one, and other is this one. And I am again using the concept, and this type of problems I have taken earlier also, and use the same concept. The concept is, on a wavefront, all the points travel same optical path. All the points on a wavefront travel same optical path in a given interval of time. तो सपोज किसी गिवन इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम में ये जो वेवफ्रंट है, वेवफ्रंट ट्रैवल करके यहाँ पहुँच गया है, और उस पर ये जो पॉइंट है वो यहाँ पहुँच गया, और ये जो पॉइंट है दैट इज़ रिज्ड समवेयर हियर. सो द पॉइंट at the top, suppose this point is A and this has reached A dash, and let us assume this point is B, and now this point is at the location B dash. So optical path from A to A dash, optical path from B to B dash will be equal. The point B is at an altitude h, and point A will be at the altitude h plus dh. The refractive index, suppose at this location refractive index is equal to n, and suppose at this location refractive index is equal to n plus dn. So optical path for A dash and optical path for B dash should be equal. So optical path A dash is equal to optical path B dash. And what is the optical path A dash? What is the geometrical path? Geometrical path for A dash will be, let us write this. I can write using r into theta. This is basically the arc length. So let us assume this angle is theta. So the radius will be r plus h plus dh. So this is going to be the radius multiplied by theta. This is the geometrical path, and this we have to multiply it with the refractive index, which is n plus dn here. So this is the optical path for A at S, and optical path for B bit S is equal to, so radius is equal to r plus h multiplied by theta. This is the arc length, geometrical path B bit S multiplied by the refractive index n. So let us just multiply the expressions. After multiplying, we can see that r plus h theta into n, this term will be cancelled, and on the LHS we will be left with the terms, and this theta and this theta is obviously cancelled. So on the LHS we will be having terms like, this is r plus h into n, this term is gone here, so the term remaining here r plus h into dn into dn plus this dh into n, and dh multiplied by dn, we will just ignore this term dh multiplied by dn, this is second differential order terms, dh multiplied by dn, so this is going to be 0, and what is left behind is this dn by dh. We can write dn by dh from here will be equal to minus this n divided by r plus h. So this is dn by dh. So this is dn by dh, and for n we can put the value of n, and here is equal to n naught 1 plus epsilon h, and this is r plus h. dn by dh we can calculate using the given expression of n as a function of h. So n is given as a function of h, and from there I can find the value of dn by dh. So from here I can find dn by dh, this is equal to n naught, again a minus will come here, 1 plus epsilon h square multiplied by epsilon. So let us put this dn by dh in this expressions. So dh by d, this is minus n naught epsilon divided by 1 plus epsilon h whole square, this is dn by dh, and this is again dn by dh, this is n naught divided by 1 plus epsilon h into this r plus h. So this is already negative here, see this negative will be cancelled. The term is negative because h increases and n decreases from height. As height increases, then n decreases, this n naught are cancelled, and this one term is cancelled. From here we can write epsilon divided by 1 plus epsilon h, this is equal to 1 divided by r plus h. Just manipulation in in the LHS I am dividing numerator and denominator by epsilon, so this is 1 plus 1 by epsilon plus h, this is 1 divided by r plus h. So on comparing both the sides we can easily find that r is equal to 1 by epsilon. So this is the required answer for this problem. So this is the final answer. A similar kind of problem is also given in Pathfinder in Check Your Understanding, which is question number 8, and here also you can find something like that, and here mu is given as mu naught minus kh. In our case mu is given as some n naught divided by 1 plus epsilon h. So both the functions are something like that, when h increases then mu decreases. So here these are the positive constants, and here we are given the radius, here radius is given, and we have to find the altitude at which a point flash of light spreads around the planet in a spherical layer. So in this particular situation we have to find the altitude, and in our question we have to find the radius of the planet.